Okay, well, according to this, we're now live. Let's just do a quick check on the old YouTubes and see if we are live. According to YouTube, we are not live. Let's just double check. Let's try again. Oh, we are live. Yes, fantastic. Cool.
Awesome.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing? It's a nice, sunny, bright day here in Edinburgh. Please tell me in the chat where you're watching from today. I would love to know. Tell me how bright and beautiful it is where you are. If you're not familiar with the stream or who the heck I am and who this is, my name is Dale Davis. I'm the digital marketing manager for Exposure Ninja. And this is Freddie Heppel. Is that correct?
Heppel, yeah.
Heppel.
Not many people say it right, yeah.
Oh, correct. Oh, really? I got it right.
You got it right, yeah.
Terrific. Yeah, and Freddie is one of our fantastic marketing consultants, and he's here to drop some knowledge bombs about digital marketing, how to 10x or 50x, whatever kind of phrase you want to use to basically improve your digital marketing. And today we're going to have a look at a few previously submitted websites through the form. So if you go into the description or wherever you're watching this video from, on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, you can submit your website there in advance. It's too late for that now, but for next week you can do that. If you want your website reviewed today, just drop your website address into the chat, but leave out the dot between the .com or .co.uk or dot wherever you're watching from, and then we'll pick a few of those out. But to begin with, we're going to look at a few previously submitted sites. But before we get started with that, if you're joining us for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future webinars. We have a weekly webinar plus a weekly video as well. If you learn anything today, or you just want to help this video get broadcasted to more people and rank in the YouTube's algorithm, well, hit like. Pretty please give us a nice little like spike. That'd be fantastic. We can help out more businesses that way. So it's huge. Please do hit that like button. Cool. Freddie, how's it going?
Yes, it's going well. Yeah, it's going well. I'm looking forward to diving into some of these websites.
Yeah, me too. Some of the ones that have been submitted this week have been fantastic, and I can't wait to get into them. One of the ones we both said we really wanted to have a look at was a Sentinel mouthguard. Should we have a look at that together?
Yeah, let's have a look.
I'm gonna give it a big old broadcast. So let's share my screen. Terrific. Let's share that. Pop that on the screen. Fantastic. Right. Freddie, first thoughts.
Yes. First thoughts are, well, it's a really clear positioning statement. Defend your teeth from the daily grind. So it's pretty obvious what it is that they're selling. The only thing that is kind of interesting actually is I think one of the reasons they asked about getting their website reviewed was because they're going after a particular search term, I believe. Is that right, Dale?
Yeah, that's right. Let me just see what that is. Let's just go with that. We're looking for custom night guard is the term.
Custom night guard. So it's interesting to say that they were specifically going after that particular keyword. I can't see anything to do with custom in the actual above the fold section. And if that's one of the key areas of them being able to make a custom fit mouth guard or night guard, then it would be interesting that it's not actually included as one of the first things that you see on the website.
Yeah, agreed. I don't get night from this at all. It may be that's just one of the keywords that they're trying to rank for.
Potentially.
With this, I expect that there are many different kinds of mouth guards that search queries they could be looking for. But yeah, definitely from above the fold on the homepage, I'm not seeing that. What do you think to the CTA above the fold?
It's pretty clear. It's pretty obvious. So Shop Now is one that we typically recommend when we're reviewing a site, and it's got a contrasting color up against the background as well. So I'd say it's fairly strong. One thing I am sort of seeing though with this one is actually the navigation bar. I'm finding it quite hard to read. I think it's just the contrasting colors there. I don't know if you're having issues there yourself, but I can't actually read. I think it says how it works potentially. I'm not actually too sure, but usually I've got fairly good eyesight and it's a little bit hard to see. So maybe they could do with like some sort of background color on that header area, or just shift it down and
it is
make sure
visible as soon as you scroll down, which is good. It could be by design. It could be that they're trying to bring all of the eyes onto that shop now button, that it's purposefully done, and that the navigation becomes more clear as you scroll down. But that goes on the presumption that somebody's going to scroll down, which is not necessarily what they're going to do. So maybe the scroll down is the secondary objective with the above the fold here. The primary objective will be this, so maybe that's effective. But you, as you say, like you've got to think not everybody's going to go straight for that CTA. You've got to give them a backup choice, and making that nav bar easier to see is at least the first step to doing that. Even just like reversing the color to a white instead of a black would make it stand out more without taking too much away from that CTA. I'm not 100% sold on the CTA because shop now goes on the assumption that I know what I'm looking for, and having looked at this site previously, I don't know what I'm looking for. Maybe that's because I'm not not searching for mouth guards right now. But if I click on shop now, I'm taken to not a great category page design, if I'm truly honest. But again, perhaps the intent of the searcher for this may be that they're already very aware of what they're after, that they want tongue-in-cheek biting relief guards or hard day or night dental guard or something like that. But it may be that they don't know what it is that they want, and they need far greater guidance than just going straight to the category page. If like internet hadn't cut out.
What was that, Dale? Sorry, I missed what you said there.
Did I cut out?
Yeah, just briefly, just ever so briefly.
Let's not have a replication of the last one, please. I'm gonna have to get a new laptop for streaming. So I was just saying, if it personally, I would probably go with a slightly different CTA of how it works, or choose a design, or they've got this how it works page on here, which to me kind of signals that they know that not everybody really knows how this works, and people may scroll down and see how it works, but again, it's not clear here. You're immediately firing away with what products are on offer. Maybe some people will already have the confidence to know what they want specifically, but maybe not. Again, this comes down to knowing your customer well, speaking to them, doing your research into your target audience and seeing what their intent is before they even arrive. But I'd like to take them through like a process of why do you maybe like a mini form of why do you need this, what concerns do you have, what are your requirements, and pretty much we'll go to this how it works page now.
You kind of want to know the process, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Like I want to know. Let's just get rid of this live chat. Great to see live chat on there.
Yeah, always good to see that as well. Because especially if you're not sure what you need and there needs to be that little bit of human interaction there, then having live chat can be really effective.
Yeah,
and it's not too intrusive.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Especially, it looks like they've set it to the it must be time on page. So there are many different ways you can set live chat up, and if you have a website, you have to have live chat on, in my opinion. But you can set it to only activate after somebody's been on 2 or 3 pages. You can have it set to activate after 30 seconds. And that's kind of a good one here, perhaps, where they figured that, right, if somebody's on the page for more than 60 seconds, they're probably not 100% confident in what they see on the page, or they have questions and they're still figuring things out. That's a good time to set the live chat to wake up. But just going back to the kind of the process of figuring out what it is that you need, this how it works page, how I looked at it before, is decent. Like, it's just maybe you want to give this explainer on the homepage. Before you start showing products, you might want to say, this is how it works, this is how you get it. You don't have to give the entire process, but you could do like 1, 2, 3 steps to explain how this works. Like order this piece. Step 2 is it gets sent to our lab. Step 3 is it gets sent to you within X days. So you've got like a nice USP there of, you can get it faster than a competitor or something like that. But yeah, I would maybe just go through some of this on the homepage. Find the perfect guard is the kind of USP I would have on that homepage.
Yeah, exactly. I think
USP, CTA.
The CTA there is. I think often you can on your homepage as well. There's no issue in having a couple of CTAs if you need to. That if one's more okay, I'm ready to go and buy this, and that's great. But if people do need a little bit more understanding of what the product is, which one's right for them, then certainly you need to make sure that you've catered for those people as well, because people are at different stages in that journey of buying.
Yeah, absolutely. I do like that there are FAQs available here. That's good to see. I'm curious to see if they're available in the places that I would expect to see them, rather than isolated to just one page. I don't know if my internet's slow again, but
I think we're all good.
Okay, that's true. I wasn't sure about that. But yeah, I would like to see some of this stuff on all the other pages as well, like the FAQs. As people are scrolling through the category pages, on the product pages themselves, are we answering basically everybody who goes to buy a night guard or athletic mouth guard or something like that? They have in their mind a bunch of questions that is preventing them from making the conversion like straight away. Like, we don't jump onto an e-commerce page and buy something immediately. We have a bunch of like internal thoughts that we need to answer before we convert. So let's just have a look to see night guards specifically. The category page, night guards, guards. I think had way too much caffeine.
I was going to say, Dale, I think one of the key questions people are often going to be asking as well is, have other people had a good experience with this product? And on the homepage and it's only on the category pages, actually, we've seen any sort of social proof here from what I can see. So we've got some customer reviews, which is fantastic. But you've had to obviously click on the Shop Now CTA or even on the other product category CTA to see that. So if people are landing on the homepage and they don't see that there's any like really good customer testimonials, then they're probably going to be a bit concerned with the lack of reviews, because everyone has them on their website nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go back to the homepage and just double checking in a moment to see if these reviews appear. But just looking at the product page itself, okay, images. I mean, I'm slightly terrified by that image because my teeth look like awful. But yeah, how it works, that's good to see. It's really hard to read though. I can't really see that all in one go. But yeah, let's just have a look through this. Are we answering some of those questions, the FAQ questions here? Where it's produced, good USP, unconditional money back guarantee, 100-day satisfaction guarantee as well, 1-year warranty. I want to see those up the top. I want to see a USP bar across here always. So like, no matter what page I'm on, I know that I'm going to get that 1-year warranty, all these guarantees. Don't hide. I've had to scroll. Let's count how many scrolls it takes me to get to those USPs. So 1 scroll, 2 scrolls, 3 scrolls, 4 scrolls. 4 scrolls before I even start to see this. I want to see those plastered everywhere. I want to see them in the USP bar above the page. Observations, Freddie.
I was going to say, on that note, Dale, you've probably got a lot more experience with heat mapping software than I have, but what sort of percentage of people are we looking at that are scrolling down that far down a page to actually see that bit of content?
Not great, if I'm honest. Even on like some of the best design pages, like 50% of traffic rarely gets past like the 50% mark. Or sometimes the drop off can be really fast, especially on a slow website. So anybody who's watched our streams before or watched any of Tim's videos will know that like the slower the website, the faster your conversion rate decreases. And it can be anywhere, like, I can't remember the exact stats, but let's just say every second additional loading time is like a percentage off your conversion rate. And if your conversion rate is only 2 or 3%, you're going to lose basically all of your conversions by not having a fast enough website. So multiple factors in there, but yeah, it's kind of about 50, a very small percentage get all the way to the bottom of the page. You need to enrapture somebody immediately as soon as you get them. Like above the fold is basically where you win or you lose your conversion. So like, for example, this USP here, free shipping in US, that should be the only USP at the top there. Like that's a fantastic USP. That's what I would want to, even like, you can put bullet points in here as well, like below. I mean, this is taking up a lot of like real estate on this page, this title. You could shrink that down, throw in a couple of USPs here, like delivery times, the free delivery, the warranty, basically anything that's going to trigger that psychological thing of like, oh, that makes it more enticing to me. I'm going to read further and I'm going to keep scrolling down the page.
Completely agree.
Right. Let's just double back to the homepage and we'll just double check to see if we have got those reviews on the page.
I couldn't see anyone I had a look earlier, but I might have just missed them.
It's good there's a USP bar here. I think we could do better USPs going on what we've seen.
100%.
Again, not sold on the products here unless that person specifically knows what they're coming for. Then they may go straight to a night guard. They may go straight to retainer guard. I don't know. But maybe a better category here would be these three here. So have like a row of 3 different images that say specifically night guards, athletic mouth guards, and dental, and then people can you direct people that way rather than to specific products. Again, this is, as you say, Freddie, this is where Hotjar is basically a heat mapping tool where it tracks all of the visits to a page and then will tell you which buttons people are clicking, how far down they're going down a page. I'm not sure if I can find. Let's just see if I can open Hotjar really quick, and I can give you a bit of an overview into how it looks without killing the website speed. So just give me 2 secs and see if we can do that.
The interesting thing with it as well, from my own experience using it, is you can actually record sessions. So you can literally watch as if someone on the site yourself. And especially if you own the website and you see it every single day, it's really easy to become sort of conversion blind. And you're so used to seeing what you are used to seeing. So you can miss out on these little things, which is where actually looking at what other people are doing is so valuable.
Cool. I've got it working. Let's just see if I can. Okay. So this is from our own website. So it'd be weird if we didn't track people visiting our own website, but we can see from here where people are clicking. So people are clicking on our menu. They're clicking on About Us, clicking on Careers, Contact Form. There'll be a drop down here that people are clicking on that I can go and get the URLs from by looking at the data. This is just like the visual side of things. You can see what people like. Some of these clicks are just people navigating around. And you can see what's working on your website, what's not, what's blocking conversions and so on. But you can also do a scroll summary as well. So, oh, come on. Yes. All right. So on the right-hand side here, we've got it goes from hot to cold. So basically, the redder it is, the better it is. People are seeing this area. That's where, that's totally expected. And as you scroll down, the color will change and it'll tell you that, 60% are already, 50% are already just being 50%. We're starting to lose people. They're not going all the way to the bottom. So if you do have content further down, like going back to the product page that we saw before, they probably aren't seeing those USPs that were 4 scrolls down. That's why everything has to be, right at the top there for people to see like immediately as they open the page, or at least in the first scroll down. Because otherwise it might as well not exist. So Hotjar, fantastic tool, highly recommend it. I think there's like a free plan last time I checked, but go and have a look. It's just hotjar.com. It's a super tool. I would definitely add it to this website to see how people are using it, to see how far they are scrolling down and so on. And yeah, fitted perfectly to you and your budget. That's a great USP. I might even put that instead of this. I think that's actually, I like that. But there's no button here. There's nothing for me to know how to actually do that. Like I can't see, like, show me how it's perfectly fitted. Take me through the process.
I've just realized a massive conversion blocker as well that I didn't even think of, and that is,
go on.
I didn't see any pricing. It's really or much at all on the homepage. So I've gone back onto the homepage on my other screen, and I had to scroll, I think, pretty much all the way down to the bottom of the page just to get a rough idea of how much this costs. Now, I'm not in the market for a mouth guard, so I've got no idea how much they actually cost anyway. But that's probably going to be quite an important factor for a lot of people. Is how much is this actually going to cost me? Is it competitive up against the competition that's out there? Is it really expensive? Maybe it is, but there's probably got to be reason for that if it is actually a way more expensive product than others that are out there. So I think you've just done it there. You've scrolled all the way down and you can actually see some of the products there and how much they're costing.
Yeah. It may be that people are kind of learning about the products as they scroll down, and then they see the products and see the price and they go, oh, actually, that's way out of my price range and I'm going to leave. Or maybe the opposite, who knows? But they have to like scroll past the blog content first. So I don't know if they're actually going to do that. I don't know if this is like a backup choice. Like, oh, if somebody gets down here, we can re-pitch them the products. I'm not sure. Yeah, not ideal. Let's have a look at this, some of this blog content. Because obviously the blog content really is the whole part of the reason why a category page or a product page might rank, is because the blog content that supports it is bringing in that the website authority, that traffic. Perhaps you want to explain what why blog content is so useful to websites, Freddie.
Well, there's a few elements. First of all, just giving away the information that people are actively searching for and giving it away in a digestible way is so valuable. So people can actually trust you and they feel confident in buying from you. Now, you can actually see this particular piece of content's been written by a medical professional. So that already is giving a lot of credibility for this product over, say, maybe a competitor out there who hasn't actually got the sort of medical background there. So that's one sort of key area with blog content and why it's so valuable is just literally giving away that value to other people. Typically as well, you're going to have quite a lot of different questions that people are going to be asking at different stages of even knowing they have an issue when it comes to needing a night guard or some sort of custom fit product. So you can see straight away they're answering some of those key questions and even following on with other tips to take people through to other content. I think that was a link through to another blog post as well. So it's really about just making that information. Is that right?
No, it's not.
Is it not? Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah. It looked like a link.
It does. It does.
But yeah, you can see how if they're giving away all this information in a fairly, I'd say it's pretty easy to read as well. It's not like a massive block of text that's super hard to read. You've got bullet points there. You've got videos. You've got images supporting this as well. Yeah, you can see how useful this would be to someone who's learning about this product and what they're going to need for this to be the right one for them. So
yeah,
I think it's a pretty good piece of content. It would be interesting to know how they're doing in terms of getting backlinks through to the site. I'd potentially be thinking they might even be looking at product outreach as a way of getting people onto the site that way or through backlinks. Yeah.
Agreed. I have just spotted that there's a bit of a formatting thing that's not quite right with this website. So you've got like some content hidden at the side here, latest posts and stuff. I had to scroll out to see. Like, yeah, from like a legibility kind of point of view, this is very wide, and I've been trying to kind of narrow it down a bit, make it easier to read. Like people, you don't find books that are read. Sorry, books aren't landscape; they're portrait, and it's the same with content on your website. Like it should be narrow sentences that are easy to read or easy to scan as you go through. And yeah, content wise, like it's fairly decent. Like we've got some good examples and stuff, like photos of basically the steps of this process of how to take care of things. And these are going to be questions that presumably how to clean your night guard is going to be something that people are searching for. Let's have a look at the search volume for that, if we can pick it out. Just wait for my tool to finish.
What are you
right,
using
that's
there?
it. Next week, I'm buying a new computer. Right.
Is it keyword surfer you're using, Dale? Is that right?
I am using a whole bunch of stuff because I'm an SEO by heart, and I just have to have as many tools as possible. Now, this one is Keywords Everywhere, which is a great tool. Basically, it will tell you how many searches per month a phrase has. So underneath here, we have the volume. There's an average of 10 per month. The CPC, that's basically the cost per click. So if I was going to pay for my website to appear for this phrase, it would cost me this much money to get a click. Competition is basically how many other websites are also trying to compete for this phrase in Google Ads or Google Display Ads, or whatever ads are running here, like shopping ads, perhaps. I doubt it for this kind of phrase because the intent's doesn't match. But yeah, this is like sometimes a great indicator of like how valuable a phrase is. Not necessarily because like people aren't paying, as far as I can see, people aren't paying to appear for this keyword. But sometimes a high CPC can tell you that this is clearly valuable to a business, that they want to pay a high amount of money for it, that maybe I should have content that appears for that phrase. Same with competition. The more competition there is for a phrase, it's a good indication that that's actually a very valuable phrase for getting people either into your sales funnel or getting them to convert. Excuse me. Going back to the content itself, and then we're gonna move on to another site soon. If you learned something so far today, please do smash like. It really helps us to promote this video and get the better this goes, the more webinars we can do and help more businesses. And at the end of the day, that's what we really care about, is helping more businesses to succeed with digital marketing. But yeah, looking at this content, seems like people are searching for this. People do want to know how to clean your night guard, and you're basically competing against this in the ranking. If I search for, what's the Sentinel mouth guards? Let's just search Sentinel. Okay, so we're ranking 9th. That's not too bad. It does say 2020, so I'd want to update that. Probably take away the brand name out of the title, so it's we're just getting people clicking on this specific phrase. Because at this point, I don't know if there's that level of brand knowledge, brand awareness that people will recognize the Sentinel name and go, "Oh, I'm definitely going to read that because Sentinel wrote it." It might be better to just capture that click by going with the title alone because it matches the search intent. A visual guide, that's really smart. Whenever you're writing a title for something for the search results, always kind of keep in mind you're trying to encourage people to click on the result. And it's kind of corny, but you can take that like old classic BuzzFeed approach and not be too corny with how you write titles, but try and encourage people to do so by adding things in like visual guide or the best way to do this or 115 ways to clean your night guard or stuff like that. That's can be very convincing for encouraging people to click, and the click-through rate can be super high. And sometimes you can go super simple, just match exactly what people are searching for without too much baggage around the name, like this one, around the title, and that will be just as effective. So yeah, it looks like people are searching for this. I would probably tidy up the content a bit to make it a bit to me it looks like it's broken here, but otherwise is good. We can have a look at the backlinks as well, so just have a look at one of our tools.
I think the only other thing actually thinking about it as well, looking at the content again, is it linking back through to their products and making sure that it's nice and obvious that they actually sell these products as well. You wouldn't want to get to the end of this and someone knows how to buy a mouth guard and what they should be looking for and how to clean it, all those things, and they haven't actually got any idea that you sell them.
Yeah, one thing I like about this is that it does have the products at the end here. So that's good. I mean, again, it's a bit broken, so things are a bit massive. But at least they've got like a relevant CTA for this. I might even do something like include these further up. So you've got that same thing again of people aren't scrolling all the way to the bottom. They might just see these tips and go, all right, cool, I've got it. I figured it out. I'm going to go and do that now, literally right now, because I already have one. They're probably not interested in your products, but because they already have one, but you can embed them higher up. You can be like, right, directly after the steps, include a row of products here or related products that they might want to be interested in. Again, somebody who already has a night guard who's searching how to clean them probably wants something else other than another night guard. Maybe they want to upgrade. I don't know. I'd have to speak to those customers and find out. But you might want to try and cross-sell them something else that's related, or an upgrade maybe, and pitch it that way, or give them a different CTA altogether. Like if you're thinking you might try and upsell them something later on, try and get them onto your mailing list, you can put a CTA in there of, I don't know, 10 ways to improve your dental health, for example. And give people like an ebook that they can download and read, and encourage them to get on your mailing list through that way. You can give that a shot. Look, right, I've managed to get Semrush, which is our primary research tool for keyword research, competitor research, PPC, local SEO, everything. It does it all. I'm going to try and see if we can find how many backlinks this has. Wicked. Right. So this gives us like the total worldwide overview of how many backlinks it has, how much traffic this page gets. In the US, it gets apparently 332 visitors. This is all estimated. Take away a pinch of salt, but it's a good indication normally of how accurate that is with the search results. But yeah, getting traffic from the US, which is the primary market, which is great. Canada also picking up some. Well, at least Semrush thinks they're getting some UK traffic. It may be the case. But we can look at the backlinks themselves and see what kind of quality we're getting, because it's always quality over quantity. It's better to have one incredibly strong backlink rather than 50 incredibly weak ones. Look, we've got a new feature. Semrush always launching new features. It's awesome. Right. So it gives you like a breakdown of the backlink type. So you've got text, you've got image, you've got form and frame, and that's complicated, but we just want to focus on text and image. It's good to have like a diverse backlink profile, i.e. you want to have like some that are text-based links and some that are image-based links. You don't want to have just all of one or all of the other. It's better to have like a diverse selection. And the same actually applies to the text that's used for the link as well. That's called anchor text. Basically, the words that you see that link to something. This, for example, let's look at this one. This one is link building ideas. That takes you to a blog post or a guide about link building ideas. If the problem is, if every single link back to this page is only how to clean mouth guards, Google gets a bit suspicious. So it's better to have a diverse range of anchor text as well. So you want some to be, for example, this guide by Sentinel would be a good variation of an anchor text, and it links through back to this piece. But we can actually see what the quality is like. So we've got a coupon site. Not great. I don't know why a coupon site would be linking to a how to clean mouth guard website. In fact, the anchor text is go deal now. So yeah, not ideal. What are you thinking, Freddie?
Yeah, it doesn't seem too good, does it, off the back of that? I think you'd probably want to be going after something that's a bit higher quality, potentially even more relevant as well. I think if you can, because this is almost in the medical space too, you probably want to be looking at stuff that's actually about how this benefits you in terms of those side of things as well. It looks like there could be a lot of opportunities here to go after much higher quality and highly relevant links that will make it more likely for them to then go and rank for phrases and keywords they're trying to target.
Yeah, agreed. Are there any kind of sites that you would reach out to in particular, or types?
Oh, I'm trying to think like would there be a good data angle with this type of business? Because like I don't actually know how many people are wearing night guards, but I'm sure there's probably more than you think that are doing it, and there are probably quite a few people who are potentially not having something around sleep maybe and night guards that could be some sort of angle to target potentially. I think there's so many different angles you could go down with this. It's just about being a bit creative with it as well.
Yeah, agreed. Like, because as you said, because of the field that it's in, you want to have like trustworthy sites linking to you for sure. That not only that it kind of puts your brand or your website in front of the people who trust the publisher promoting you, but also like for Google's algorithm, they think a trustworthy site is linking to another site. That site must be trustworthy.
Exactly that. Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's all it's all that sort of like competition and making sure that you're seen as trustworthy as the other people are as well. If you've got spammy links, then obviously it's only going to reflect badly on you. And I think you don't want to be looking like that in the eyes of Google, at least.
Yeah, for sure. I think we'll move on now.
Let's
just before I do, this is one of the links pointing in. This may have been automatically created. It may have been created by a competitor trying to create spam links to the website to kind of to basically get it penalized by Google. I don't know, but yeah, certainly if I was Google, I would be like, what? Why does this link exist? Should it be trusted? Is Creative Mornings the kind of website that would link to a mouthguard's website? I don't know, but Google certainly will do. So yeah, that would be my concern. Cool. Freddie, which site are we going to look at? Are there any in particular you've seen in the chat or you've seen previously?
Have we got people submit? Have people been submitting them in the chat? Have they been doing?
I've seen a few. Let's have a look. See what we've got.
Let me just open one up. See if it's
Yeah, cool. You let me know. In the meantime, if you haven't hit like on this video just yet, please do. It's very, very helpful, and we appreciate it. If you're subscribed already, you could always share this video with somebody who should see it, like another business owner or a marketing manager or just a family friend. Appreciate it.
Cool. I'm struggling to see any that are flagging up in the chat, Dale. So should we go with some of the ones we looked at earlier? So I think Thistle Grey Interiors was one we spoke about.
Let's have a look at that. Yes. Okay, now I'll close some of these windows so we don't.
This is more of a sort of. That's one thing I did before this. I was like closing everything down. I'm only got 6 tabs open compared to 20. So I think this particular one's more of a lead generation focus. So they're an interior design company, and I think with this type of business as well, it's going to be fairly local. So it's not, well, potentially it could be national, but from typically this type of size business, you'd be looking at a localish, maybe working in a county or a certain region like the Southeast. I think this one might be. And that was one of the sort of key things that I picked out when I first looked at this one. It's where are they based? Because I think that's probably your main question. Is this company near enough to me to actually work on my house and design the interior? So that was really sort of the first thing we looked at. The next thing as well was really sort of focusing on conversions. We need to make it easy for people to actually convert straight away using that above the fold space. I know it's something we talk about all the time, but it's so important, isn't it? And is find out more a good call to action? It could be, but I think there's probably, if people are interested, they want to maybe book in a call. They maybe want to get some sort of understanding about a quote, and whatever that sales process typically is for this type of business, we need to make it clear that we're guiding them down this journey. And by getting their details and actually starting that process with them, that's the easiest way to do it. Another thing as well, which I think is just, it should be on the site and it's not clear, is the phone number. because people will just want to ring you up and have a chat with you. And if you can't see that phone number there, you're just missing a big trick. I know they've got the icon, but like just seeing it is so much more useful, isn't it?
I didn't even notice that icon was there, to be honest with you, until you just pointed out. Because on this background, I mean, it's this green against the when we first load the site, it's just not really that visible. And you don't want people to have to search, as you say, search for contact details, search for number. It should be immediately obvious. Like a good rule of thumb is like, just pretend that there's nothing below that first scroll, that the website is only this first bit. The first thing that people see is the only way you can communicate with your potential lead, what your CTA is, what you're offering, how great it is, and so on. And like the background images, I wish they weren't scrolling, but they may be convincing, but it's not convincing enough for me to think, all right, I'm going to hit contact, or I'm going to find out more. Like, yeah, I need something more enticing. I need a strong headline, which, as you point out, may be a locational headline, like the best interior designers in wherever they are. I don't know which county they're in or city, or maybe lead with a completely different headline, such as book a free consultation call or something like that. Yeah, this isn't working for me as it is. Let's have a look at the rest of the page, the rest of the homepage. So about, nice image, short to the point. About what? I don't know. You could be far clearer and say, rather than say like about and then you read the paragraph, the headline, that heading should be a summary of what your company is or what it is that you do, and not, you shouldn't, basically when people are scanning through a website, they're scanning the headings and then reading the paragraphs. Not everybody's reading this, so you might as well just tell people immediately in that heading what it is you do, where you serve, and so on. Portfolio of work. Let's have a look at one of these. I did, having looked at this website earlier, first of all, let's get these higher up the site, higher up the page maybe. Collaborations, that's kind of, that's boosts a bit of your authority, makes you look better. But yeah, I was looking at this earlier. This not ideal in terms of like convincing me that like this is just doesn't look great. There's no CTA here. I'm not even sure what I'm looking at on a first scan, let alone dedicating more than 20 seconds to actually read what it is. Like, I understand this is a case study, but it's. I'm going to be honest. I would have just skipped straight back to the homepage and not read it. And the same for this blog post as well. I'll just give you a quick scan through, Freddie. I don't know if you've seen this one already, and you can tell me what you think of it. I
think it's just unfortunately, it's pretty low quality, unfortunately, and it could be doing more harm than good at this stage. What was that? About 200 words of text, maybe max, and then some images.
I'm going to find out. Let's open up my lovely word count.
Yeah. I think when we're looking at content and when we're looking at we need to think about why we're doing it, really. and ultimately there's obviously what we're looking at doing here is trying to generate leads. We're trying to look at get more business for this other business, but then you need to take a step back from that and think about, okay, so how can I provide value to people who are landing on this site? What sort of questions are they going to be asking about interior design that they're not going to be able to answer themselves, and that's going to provide us and show us as the experts that we are? Because obviously it takes a fair amount of skill and sort of know-how to be able to do this type of service, and you need to portray that in the way that you're communicating with people that land on your website, whether that be from a blog post, whether that be from a testimonial page. It needs to be a portfolio page, even. It needs to be really, really obvious that these guys know what they're doing. And I think it's probably just not showing them as good a light as it could be. Now, I think with these sort of changes and the recommendations we've made, I think another thing you'd want to be focusing on. So conversion rate optimization is obviously a key one for this one. And yeah, great suggestion as well, Julian. Stick the reviews and the testimonials on the main homepage and services pages, because it's just going to, photos aren't good enough. I think that's a bit harsh, but brutal. Yeah, but it's there's so many areas here to improve the site. I think the next step then would be wanting to get the right people onto it, which I think was one of their questions initially. Now, for this type of sort of local business, Dale, how long do you reckon it would typically take for them to start ranking if they're getting very minimal visibility?
Forever.
Forever. Is that because of the content though, or is that just?
Yeah, because of the content. I expect with the kind of search that this would be. So this is going to be interior designers in a specific region. So let's just find what those regions are again. So interior designer Essex.
Essex, yeah.
It's going to be fairly competitive. Hertfordshire as well. But you might have an easier time with Clavering or Bishop Stortford. And the smaller you go, you're targeting, the easier it is. And then when you nail like a small location, you can then expand and get everything. Unless, of course, you have the time, resources, budget to just go for everything at the same time. Then it's easier. But yeah, basically with local SEO, local search engine optimization, or with any search engine optimization, you need to put in the work now and to get the return in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. With a smaller kind of region like this, it may only take 3 to 6 months to get some like good visibility. More competitive, when it gets more competitive, what's been offered, it may take 12 months to really make a dent in getting like a bigger market share. For this, 3 to 6 months minimum. And you would have to take care of like Google My Business. So, for example, let's just search for interior. Let's go for a completely brand new tab. Interior. I can't even spell. What was it? Essex.
Let's go Essex. Yeah.
Have a look at that. So that's going to be competitive as you like, anyway.
That's interesting. Right. I thought there'd be some ads showing up there, but there's not.
Yeah, same. It may be because I have went in incognito. Let's try without that. No, nothing. So what we've got here is a couple of, like, you can look at Yale or Facebook, and basically a couple of different places you can look, directory pages. And then you've got what we call the map pack, which is basically the most visible sites for local SEO effectively. People, when they're looking for this kind of search, are going to navigate to these more likely first. So especially those that have the reviews. So you need to first make sure that you have your Google My Business page claimed, and you are asking all of your existing clients and every new client you gain to leave reviews on your Google My Business page, because that helps you to rank better. Like the websites without a Google My Business page or without ratings, they're not going to appear at all. There's a lot more to it than that. Like there's also the searcher's distance from your office and stuff like that comes into play. But like reviews are a big part of it, as well as like all the backlinks that you get with any kind of regular SEO campaign. If I just search Thistle, we're on position 79, unfortunately, at this search. Bear in mind, I'm searching from Edinburgh, so if I was in Essex, my results would be completely personalized to my location, my IP address, stuff like that. But in my search right now, not ideal. It could be because of the content on the page is not deep. I can't see any location-based pages. So a good kind of thing to do, like, is to have a page which is dedicated to just interior designer Essex, interior designer Clavering, interior designer Bishop Stortford, without going overboard with it. But that can be like a good thing to do initially, just to get a bit of traction with local SEO. But let's say we're going to invest in SEO with this website, Freddie. We've got a 12-month plan. we're dedicated because we know that's how long it can sometimes take to really get that great traffic that's going to last you for years. How would you earn traffic for this website in the immediate term?
I'd want 100% focus on Google Ads, I think, with this one, just because of the intent behind it and people actively looking for this type of service, which there will be people looking for. And you can do it based on obviously location. So you can go for a radius around that area that you're able to service and focus on type of searches like near me. And that's going to get the people that are actively looking for this type of service onto the website. I would say, though, with a big caveat, is focus on fixing the elements of the conversion rate first before diving into any type of paid ads. Because otherwise it's going to cost you a lot more to get the leads you're probably looking to get from the website. But yeah, that's really the first place I'd focus on. You could even look at, probably with this type of service as well, you might be looking at a few different competitors. You might be getting a couple of different quotes. So this is where remarketing would be really, really valuable. And you could even look at remarketing on somewhere like Facebook as well, potentially, where you've got that visual element and people can sort of be reminded of you when they're on their phone on Instagram or something, and that could work quite well.
Oh my days.
Are you trying to see what the competition are up to?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we got a much better CTA here than the website we've been reviewing. Again, another slider, so it's already an X in my book. But you've got a decent call to action here. Book a free consultation. It should be clickable rather than my looking for the contact us page. You've got live chat, so any queries that people have, you can answer them straight away. You might even start with a better question than "Welcome to our site. If you need help, simply reply to this message." You can lead with, "Are you having difficulty finding what you're looking for, or would you like to go straight with the CTA and say, like, would you like to book a free consultation, or something like that?"
Yeah. And one of the things I've sort of noticed with this competitor straight away, which is going to be really useful, is individual services pages. So if there are residential services they offer, commercial, you can see there. Mm-hmm. You're going to be the type of traffic coming onto the site. If they're actively looking for, say, a commercial interior designer, and they go onto a page that is specifically for commercial interior designers, they're going to be so much more likely to then go and convert. Because it's just way more, it matches up with what they're actively looking for. Whereas if you've got more of a generic page, people will probably look at the one that's more specific and be more inclined to go ahead with that business that is meeting exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah, agreed. The more specific you get, the better it is for the person reading it. First of all, they'll find your page. Well, if you rank well, you'll find your page in the search results easier. But yeah, you're basically speaking specifically to one person, and that person goes, "Oh, that's me. That's exactly what I'm after." And they're not having to kind of navigate things themselves and try and figure out, right, first I have to go to the services page and then I go from there. Yeah. Like we will have on, like for our own website, we'll have an SEO for accountants page or an SEO for dental practices page or something like that, because we know that those audiences have specific questions, and we have very specific case studies where we've had great success in those industries. The same here. You can say with the commercial page for this particular website, could say, look at the commercial interior design that we've done. Here's a brochure that you can download in return for your email address, maybe. And then you can follow up the next day or later in the day and say, "Hey, have you had a look at our brochure? Or would you like to have a free consultation call?" Like there should always be like, how do you get people to get in touch with you? So we have a look at just one. We've got 5 minutes. So we have a look at one more of these competitor sites. Yeah. I would pick another site from the chat, but I don't think we have enough time, unfortunately. Right. Okay.
Wow.
Right.
You can tell by my reaction.
Yeah, this just goes to show that you can rank with pretty much any site, but you've got to tackle like claiming the Google My Business page, getting reviews on there as well. Like there's going to be a bunch of factors which are helping this website. It's either going to be the Google My Business, the local SEO kind of side of things, or the backlinks. So basically you can negate a terrible website with the other factors like backlinks and stuff like that, but the backlinks have to be good, or the local SEO profile has to be great. The reviews on Google have to be super good as well. Like let's have a look and compare against some of these other ones. So we've got 11, which is our position 1 ranking website, and then we've got 3, 2, 8, 2, 1. So yeah, just on reviews alone, you should, in theory, outrank some of these other sites that are coming up. So even a first step, I can't see Thistle in here. So a first step would be to claim your Google My Business page, email every single person you've ever done an interior design job for, get them to review your site, and that's going to take you at least a little, edge you closer to having a better local SEO profile. But yeah, that was an interesting site.
For sure.
Cool. Yeah, I think again, I'd agree with you. Like, get the phone number into the header as well. Basically, just make it super easy for people to get in touch with you if they're ready to convert immediately. It's more likely with most buyer funnels, sales funnels, customer journeys, you've got, oh, I'm interested in getting some interior design done. What do I need to know? What are these? Like, I have like a whole bunch of questions. That's the top of the funnel. Interior design ideas for hairdressers may be something I search.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get to the end of the funnel, I'm then thinking interior designer Essex, interior designer for hairdressers, or, much more. I'm ready to convert a much warmer lead. So when they do come through to your site, make it immediately obvious how they can get in touch with you. And if, let's say, they're not red hot and ready to go yet, they're looking at 5-6 different interior design websites at a time, offer something that's exciting, like a brochure, or for example, at the top here, you could have like download. A brochure is not particularly sexy kind of thing to offer. You could do way better than that, but you could offer like download a brochure of the our best commercial interior design projects, or like a portfolio thing, but like as a downloadable. Or you can just go on, Freddie.
I was going to say, you could even go down the route of going for something like how to choose an interior designer, because if someone's at the level where they're
beautiful.
like, what do I actually need to know to make this decision? And if you can be the one to tell them, oh, actually, you need to have this, and this, so you need to make sure that they've got these certifications, or they've got this amount of experience and this number of reviews, and then you actually put that into the content itself, you're ticking off every single box that they know they then need, and you become the number one company that they will then want to deal with.
I absolutely love that. So I'm a big fan of, we call them lead magnets, which is basically something you offer in return for contact details. And I love those which basically establish your expertise, but then have like, they're just filled with another call to action within it. So yeah, like within that, you can say, oh, if you follow this link, you can get a free 30-minute consultation. Like there's something that's slightly better, a slightly different offering than you would have on the website itself, or basically like the next upgrade to just download this brochure or download this ebook or something like that. I love the idea of like putting testimonials in that PDF as well, or whatever it is that you're offering. That's genius. I like that.
And then alongside that as well, you definitely want to make sure you're doing some sort of email follow-up of that, whether that be a manual process if you're only getting a few leads coming in. Realistically, though, you'd probably want to try and automate that sort of thing, especially if you're sending out a lead magnet anyway. So that typically be something you want to focus on. And you can even then just take excerpts of that content and just relay it to them, and then still pull out some of the main elements of your that would be on your website anyway. So customer reviews, how your typical service works, the type of main benefits that you offer compared to the competition that's out there. And you're consistently just educating and informing. And then when they're ready to go for the actual the close, the book the consultation, you've built a lot of rapport with them and a lot of trust. So that can be a really effective way to use like a lead magnet and an email funnel in that effective way.
Love it. Yeah, as you say, the people are more likely to convert with the people they build a rapport with the fastest. So if somebody does have like multiple pages open and yours is the one that offers something and the other websites don't, then you're more than likely going to get that person downloading it, whatever it is, or getting in touch. So the sooner you get that person to converse with you, the better. So I completely agree. And unfortunately, that does mean that we have run out of time for this week. We could do this for hours. I swear we should do like a 12-hour one. I know it's unreal, but there's just so much that can be done on these sites, and I hope that everybody's been able to pull out something that helps with your own digital marketing, or making change to your website, your how you earn traffic, thinking about backlinks differently. You should be aiming for quality over quantity. That when putting your content together, you want to think about who am I trying to reach, what are their problems, what are my solutions, what are the best solutions for that, like who, what, where, when, why. Answer those kinds of questions in your content, and then make sure there's always a CTA. Don't just leave it to the end of a page or make it immediately obvious at the top. Doesn't matter what page it is. CTA at the top. I suggest putting a CTA in the middle as well as people scroll down, and then a CTA at the end, just in case people do get that far, which they don't. And bringing in traffic, highly recommend for this website. I would go with Facebook ads because they're so visual to bring people through. But there's lots of options available. If you did learn something today, do hit like on this video. If this is the first time here, hit subscribe and you'll get notified about future videos and live streams that we do every Friday, unless those dates change. And if you haven't had your website reviewed today, you can go to exposureninja.com/review and request a review of your website and digital marketing. Just fill out the form there. We get a lot of requests, so we're always trying our best to get through all of them. We'll record, well, not myself, but Freddie and the team will record a 15-minute review of your website and highlight exactly what we do to improve your, increase your conversions, increase your traffic, all those kinds of recommendations, how to 10x your digital marketing. So anything else you wanted to add, Freddie?
No, it's been a pleasure, Dale. Thanks for having me on, and looking forward
talking to you.
To getting more reviews in so we can help more businesses and identify exactly the areas they need to focus on to really take the business to the next level. So it's been a fun one.
It has. Right, next time 12-hour stream, okay?
We should do a charity one or something. That'd be good.
Oh hell yeah, I'd be up for that. 12-hour charity stream. Love it. Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone, and see you next time. Bye.
See you later.